Hey guys, welcome back to Dakota Danger 7, and I'm just filming this little intro before we get into the actual video because I filmed this video a few months ago, and I just want to say that if you're watching this on February 23rd, then the CMA Fest lineup is dropping in 2 days, which is crazy because last year it came out in March, so that's super exciting. And I watched my video because I'm about to post it, and I just want to say a little something about Fanfare X as a little disclaimer. I know I put like an X over it on the thumbnail and everything, but that doesn't mean it's not good. I think Fanfare X is excellent if you look at the lineup and an artist you really like is playing there, or you want to discover some smaller artists because you can listen to them up close there, or if you want to meet people, like meet your favorite artist, or just like have like a fun break from the heat outside. But the reason I put an X on it was because the way it was like presented, it made me feel like you had to pay to like get the bathrooms and the AC, but that's not the case. And that's why we got it for 4 days. It wasn't because of the lineup of who was going to be there, but because we wanted the availability to like take a break from the heat and go to the bathroom. And also like the stuff in Fanfare X, yes, they have the artists, they have the musicians and the meets, but they're also like the majority of the stuff there is like booths, and a bunch of it is just like companies and freebies and like people selling stuff. So that was a little bit disappointing that there wasn't like more fun stuff, but it was still really fun. They had like the Reba house where you can go explore that and some other things there, but the fact that there was like so many like businesses and like freebies was a little disappointing. But like at some of the businesses they did have fun stuff, like one you could like play tennis. But yeah, I just wanted to have a little disclaimer about Fanfare X so you guys know like it's not all bad. It's just like if you just want to have it like as a little break, you don't have to like buy the pass. You could just sit in the building and like take a little refreshing break. But yeah, let's get into the video. Hey guys, today I'll be giving you some CMA Fest tips for next year, 2026, based on what I learned as a first-time CMA Fester. Okay, so first tip is don't get the fanfare just for the bathrooms. So we thought, oh, okay, we'll get the 4-day pass because that means we'll have some bathrooms, AC, and hopefully the bathrooms are clean, but that's not the case because when you walk into the convention center, the bathrooms are before you even scan your ticket. So you can actually like hang out a little bit in the area for the AC, and you can also go to the bathrooms there. Like, you do not need the pass for Fanfare to get to the bathrooms unless they change it next year, but I don't think they will. So that's something we learned. We ended up getting the 4-day Fanfare pass, but we only went for 1 day, so that wasn't worth the price. But we did use the bathrooms at Fanfare multiple days. Okay, the second thing is to wait until about 2 to 3 weeks to buy your tickets unless it's someone you absolutely want to see, as things will pop up. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about like the main tickets, like amphitheater and the stadium, because there is a lot of things going on in Nashville during CMA Fest, and you don't want to miss out on your favorite artist because you already have tickets for something else. So for example, they have the Nissan Stadium and the amphitheater, which first, Nissan tickets gets announced first as well as the lineup. So I recommend if there's somebody in that lineup you absolutely want to see and you have to see them, buy tickets because they did sell out. Like I checked the day of and they did sell out. I don't know exactly when they sold out, but I'd say like wait maybe a week or two or maybe a month before actually buying those tickets, as prices could fluctuate up and down and something else might get announced because there's a lot of pop-ups at the bars. And then they do have an amphitheater that has tickets, but that does not get announced till later. So if you buy tickets to Nissan but then the amphitheater has a better lineup, then I don't know, you're going to have to figure things out about that with that, because the amphitheater did have good people. Obviously, not as many people who are like popular at the moment, like the big name artists, but there was a lot of good people at the amphitheater. And the tickets for amphitheater are a lot cheaper. So if you'd rather be like closer up and still see a good amount of artists, I recommend the amphitheater because it's a better price, where we went to the stadium for like $120 to $150 in the nosebleeds, whether we got like amphitheater tickets for like maybe like 20 to 30 bucks, and it was pretty good view. So yeah, so wait to do things. And then the next thing I have, the tip, is to use Google Calendar to add in your events so you can see like what you and your friends are doing, because like I said, there's a lot of things that pop up, so a lot of things are going to be at the same time. Some might be at bars, some might be at other places for your favorite artist. So you really want to be able to plan it out and see like, okay, so this is happening at this time, this is happening at this time, and this is what I want to do, this is what my friends want to do. So that lets you see that and see the overlapping time, so you can decide, okay, so I want to do this instead of this, and then you can decide, okay, I'll buy tickets for this, or I won't buy tickets for this because it's at the same time as this person. And although the CMA Fest app does have an option to like make your schedule and share it with friends, that's only for CMA Fest official things. So if you want to go to the Grand Ole Opry, or if you want to see like a pop-up at a bar where your favorite singer is going to play, and it's not like official CMA, like their stages, Amphitheater, Nissan, if it's not that, or a fanfare, then it's not going to be on the app. So I find Google Calendar to be nice because you can make a shared calendar with your friends, you can color code it, and you can add everything on there you want to do regardless of what it is, and see the times, and it just like gives you a clear vision and helps you decide what to do. My next tip is to get to Riverfront early and act before the person you want to see. So this is what I call it. I call it the great move. So that's what happens like at the end of an act. A bunch of people leave and a bunch of people move up closer to the front. So it does get crowded, and it is like on a hill slope. So you have to like make sure you're like navigating, going downwards. So what I would say to do is get there an act before, so then you can be there when the great move happens and you can move up closer to get a better spot, because we didn't really camp that long, but like 4 artists one day at Riverfront, because so we saw 2 people I wanted to see, and then there was another person who I didn't know, which was Gavin Adcock, before Hudson Westbrook. So I was like, oh, we'll have time to go do something else. No, because after each person we were able to move up and get a better spot to view. So by that time I was like, okay, let's just stay here, because if we left and came back, well, we wouldn't have too much time to do so, and then we'd have a worser spot. So if you're going to Riverfront, make sure to get there and act before the one you want to see, or even sooner, so you can keep moving up to get a better spot. Unless you're the type of person who wants to push and shove past other people, then I guess you just have to do that and go between everybody. Okay, the next tip is essential if you want to stay hydrated. Bring a plastic water bottle and dump it out the water before you go into the free stages, unless it is sealed. I made the mistake of throwing mine away after it was already opened instead of just dumping it out, because they won't let you bring in already open water bottles, but if it's sealed up, you can bring it into the free stages. But what I did was I didn't dump it out, so I couldn't use the water bottle, because they do have refill stations when you get into the stage areas. So do that to stay hydrated so you can refill it back up. And then don't miss out on Fan Alley freebies like we did. We missed out on the Opry scarf and some free hats because we just didn't have time, because there's so much going on in Nashville for CMA Fest. But if you do like freebies, check out Fan Alley and get some freebies. And if you want to make sure you get it before it goes out of stock, get there early in the day. And then if you really want to eat somewhere, try your luck by showing up. So here's some compare and contrast. We went to Jason Aldean's and we had to wait like 40 minutes to an hour, which, you know, it was raining at the time, so we just stayed, so we didn't have to like walk around and try to find somewhere else. But there's also another scenario where they'll tell you there's a longer wait on the phone when there's not, which was the Stillery. So I called them and they're like, okay, we don't take reservations, there's a 30-minute wait. And that was the day of the amphitheater, so we were like, okay, we don't know if we'll have time to eat there because there's a wait, but we ended up showing up and we got seated right away. But we went to the upstairs area where there was like a bar and singing. So yeah, don't always trust what they say on the phone, because if you're nearby the place, because we were right by the place and we just went in and they sat at us right away. And then the last tip is be prepared to not see or do everything you want to, because things do overlap and the day goes by really fast. Like I felt like the day went by super fast, so we didn't really get to do everything we wanted to, but it was still a great time. And we got to see like the main things and do the main things we wanted to do. But don't feel sad if you miss out on things. Just make sure you prioritize what you want to do most or who you want to see most, because the days do go by fast, especially when you have to walk from stage to stage. Sometimes it might just be easier to stay at one stage if there's people who you're interested in, because that'll save you time from walking and you already have a good viewing spot. So yeah, those were my tips after going to CMA Fest for my first year. And I hope you guys can use some of these tips next year, and I hope you have a great time with whoever you're going with and get to see everyone you want. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out, my dudes.